Hello. In this video we're going to explain the basic features of League Manager and clarify a few terms that you will need to become familiar with. We will cover League Manager structure, terms and definitions, setting up League Manager, configuring League Manager, and what's next. So let's get started. Within League Manager, a league is defined as an instance of a league competition, or more commonly referred to as a season. The first task when setting up League Manager is to define a league. Bearing our definition in mind, a new league would be named Winter 2013-14 or Junior Summer 2013. Creating new leagues is covered in a different tutorial video. Once you have defined a new league, the next step is to create its structure. All leagues consist of one or more divisions, and each division will consist of two or more teams, and each team will consist of a number of players. Every league instance will have its own completely new structure, meaning that you can run multiple leagues simultaneously, with the same members playing in these leagues, potentially for different teams or clubs. An example of such a situation would be that you run a traditional 3-a-side winter league and another format such as a 2-a-side Saturday morning junior league. A club consists of one or more teams. Every team must belong to a club. In the scenario where you have a single team who play in your league, this team must belong to a club. Therefore, you will need to create a club to house the team. A team must also play at a venue. A venue is defined as a place that a team plays its home matches. A venue can potentially house multiple clubs and teams. Likewise, a club could play from multiple venues. Therefore, it is the team which is related to the venue and not the club. In League Manager, clubs and venues are maintained outside the structure of a league, and therefore only need to be created once, meaning you do not need to define clubs and venues every time you create a new league. There are a number of tasks involved in setting up League Manager. The first task is to define the clubs within your league. The second task is to define venues. However, when you create a club, if the club is also a venue, you can opt to create a venue with the same details at time of save. The final step is to define your league instance. Remember that you should name your league appropriately. A good tip is to name your league with some kind of date element, so that in years to come, when your members search the archive, they can easily identify the different seasons. A good example of a league instance name would be Winter 2013-14. There are detailed help tutorials on specific tasks of setting up each element of League Manager, which we recommend you watch before attempting to set up the system. Configuring a League Manager instance is a case of logically constructing the various elements which make up a league. The first task is to define the league itself. This is probably the most intricate aspect of the system due to the large number of options available. We recommend you watch the detailed video tutorial configuring a league before attempting to set up a new league. Once you have defined the league, you define the divisions, then the teams for each division. At some point before the season starts, you will need to register players for each team. The final step is to create a fixtures list. The fixture tool is very easy to use and extremely flexible. It supports different league formats across divisions, the ability to schedule matches once, twice, 3 or 4 times per season, and finally is preloaded with 2 types of template which does all the hard work of fixture generation for you. If you have the scenario where 2 teams share the same home night and therefore need to always be opposite on the fixtures list, then the system will guide you through how to configure this. Once League Manager is configured, what's next? At some point you will want to make your new league visible on your website. There is a simple toggle button available on the Manage Leagues page that will allow you to determine at which point the league is visible to your members. Generally, you should keep the league hidden until you have set up the league and created the fixtures. All that's left to do is start adding some results. To add results, you use the Results module, which is covered in detail in another video tutorial. That concludes this tutorial, and we hope you have found it informative. We recommend that you watch all the League Manager tutorials to ensure you get the maximum benefit from League Manager, and also check out our series of videos on Website Manager. Thank you.